The Florida Panhandle has a whole lot of everything and a whole lot of nothing.
Really?
It is paradise for everything that's white. White sand, white homes, white sunlight, and white people.
Are you serious?
Yes, I was in paradise, but not the type you'd expect. Stay until the end to find out. And buckle up, because we're doing lots of driving and some fishing. I didn't have a clue what to expect during my visit. In reality, I went to Panama City, Florida to visit family, and they were the ones who provided the tour. I simply took out my camera whenever something caught my eye and pretended to be filming something important.
Genius.
Instead of booking a hotel or Airbnb, I stayed in a retirement community called Latitude Margaritaville.
What?
Yes, I was surrounded by old people who are proud Americans that love to ride in golf carts.
Wow.
Latitude Margaritaville has 3 locations in the US, and each road is named after a song by Jimmy Buffett. A Pleasantville for people who want to live in paradise before they go to heaven.
Woohoo!
What you may not know is that this property was developed in partnership with a corporation called St. Joe, which used to be the largest paper company in the state of Florida. All of this terrain and over 1 million acres across the Florida Panhandle was used to cut down trees to make paper.
Oh my God!
It was an environmental hellhole. But in the 1990s, St. Joe abandoned the paper business to venture in real estate and placed huge chunks of the former timberland in conservation. All the land that St. Joe still owns and once owned is the route we will journey to see how much development and conservation has been going on. And we shall begin by exploring the coast of Panama City Beach. If first impressions count, Panama City Beach is far from a dump. A few high-rises, but you're not overwhelmed by snobbish, ultra-modern real estate.
That's pretty good.
During the ride, I noticed a Christian retreat center among the lodgings on Road 30.
So what?
I mean, Christians have the right to enjoy themselves at the beach. I'm not implying otherwise. However, as we continued, I spotted another Christian retreat. I wondered, is this a thing around here? Well, I guess with so much sin taking place during spring break, maybe people need some Jesus? Oh wait, there's another one! Oh my God, they're everywhere! We did a turnaround at the end of Front Beach Road, and shortly before concluding our Panama City Beach coast ride, I spotted something that I had to explore myself. And that is Pier Park. This is nothing more than an outdoor shopping and dining venue.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where you come to do one thing, spend money, just like everywhere in America. We arrived a few hours before midday and it was relatively empty. Retail employees were bored out of their minds. To be fair, it is very attractive and has plenty of options to shop and feast with the family. Although I could have emptied my wallet buying souvenirs, I preferred to keep filming, heading towards Front Beach Road, where I crossed the street to have a closer look at the coast. And I did so by walking on the Russell Fields Pier. The entry was $4 per person without fishing rods. Those who came over to fish had to pay a bit more. By the way, humans aren't the only ones hoping to have a good catch. Pelicans and seagulls were also hunting sea animals. The glorious circle of life at play.
Amazing!
If you ever choose to walk on this pier, big reminder, put on plenty of sunscreen.
Wow!
You will sweat and swelter in less than half an hour in this heat, especially in midsummer.
Oh!
You're welcome. By the time my skin started hollering for some shade, I decided to return to Pier Park, where I took a few more shots as it had gotten busier and had lunch at Ford's Garage. Wow! A spectacularly decorated indoor restaurant that honors the design of classic Ford vehicles. I devoured a scrumptious, high-calorie burger, took a leak in a beer keg, and finished off washing my hands in this. On a separate day, we headed west to explore the coastal neighborhoods that run through the famous Avenue 30A. Honestly, I thought this part of Florida was mostly made up of rednecks breeding crocodiles as pets.
What did you say?
Boy, was I wrong. We started in Blue Mountain Beach and headed east towards Grayson Beach. It's a nice neighborhood, occupying its usual patriots parading their American flags and big pickup trucks. But as we headed into the next community called Watercolor, I noticed the houses got bigger and beautiful. The average real estate price is at $1.35 million as of 2025.
Damn!
If I step out of the car, the police would arrest me for being too poor.
Really, nigga?
By the way, I did step out, but it was to snack at the Perfect Pig, where lard is praised like a messiah. We got back to the car, and from then on, it was nothing but lots of trees and lots of bankruptcy-inducing homes. Farther east, the ambience began to change. This is Seaside. If the place looks familiar, it's because you have seen The Truman Show.
Is that so?
This is where they shot most of the film.
Awesome!
Riding around this neighborhood, I finally understood what was bothering me about Avenue 30A. And it's all the whiteness.
Right.
It's suffocating. And I shouldn't complain because I'm a white Hispanic. But seriously, if you're not into the diversity culture and your skin needs triple layers of sunscreen because God blessed you with the right color, this is where you can proudly open your wallet and show how privileged you are. At one point, I was sick from so much driving, and my request to stop somewhere I could do some outdoor filming was granted. I'm gonna shut up for a moment.
Thank you!
And let you absorb Deer Creek Beach. Like I said, this is paradise. We made one last stop in the neighborhood of Rosemary Beach so that I could have a look at the Switzerland of Florida. That's what I was told, and it makes sense from an architectural perspective, even though I've never been to that country. It is common to spot a celebrity or a well-known person staying in Rosemary Beach. Musicians, actors, sports figures, and politicians make the list. No wonder their beach is completely private.
What?
Honestly, this is the first time I've seen anything like it. I did some research and found that a law passed in 2018 allows property owners to claim certain beaches as their own, therefore restricting access to non-residents and non-occupants.
Well, that sucks.
Afterwards, I desperately needed a taste of reality. And what better way than to have a good old country barbecue, where big furnaces sitting a few steps from the main road can whip up a delicious taste of meat, chicken, and pork. It felt good to be human again. It was time to go deep into the countryside of the Florida Panhandle, crossing Calhoun and Wakulla County. We were expected in my cousin Robert's house, located in the town of Panacea on the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of America. I got instant exposure to the life of crab hunting, which involves setting traps that are sunk in the ocean. He was feeding them to cook them the day after. More on that later. didn't know if we were going to cross the Gulf and reach Cuba, but what I did know is that I had the urge to walk over to the front of the boat, spread my arms, and scream, "I'm king of the world!" But dignity stopped me from embarrassing myself. We sailed well over 12 miles from shore and another 40 down south, stopping just below St. George Island. The boat had one of those fancy sonars that detects marine life, and those dots meant we were in a good spot to catch enough to pack a fish market. It has been a while since I've caught anything, and by anything I include an empty can. So I was eager to see what the ocean had in store for me. What Animal Planet doesn't show you is that most of the time, you have to be patient and wait a while before a hungry sea mammal catches your bait. What do you do in the meantime? You swing out your hook again and again and try different spots. You can tell I don't know much about fishing.
Obviously.
At some point, the first catch was reeled in. That's a bluefish, perfectly normal in these waters.
Ow! That hurt!
The second catch was a bigger fish, but a dangerous one, a catfish, to be exact. This type of fish has spines that could puncture the human skin and release a bacterial venom that can cause muscle spasm and extreme pain. When my cousin told me that, I said, "Yep, you're on your own. I'm not touching that." Obviously, he knew what he was doing. As for me, I didn't catch shit. Maybe I should have spent more time fishing rather than filming. But hey, at least I spotted a sea turtle while nobody else did. We must have spent 6 hours on the water, and by afternoon we sailed back to the house, having caught nothing but bait fish. Little did I know that I was going to receive a tutorial on marine culinary arts. My cousin prepped a steaming pot out on his driveway to cook all the crabs he caught the past few days. He also gave me a brief lecture on crab anatomy.
Male, pointy thing. Female, flat.
My trip to the Florida Panhandle may well be one of the best and most fun journeys I've had in a while. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. While editing this video, I noticed that I used the word paradise more than a few times to describe the beautiful sceneries I witnessed. It was completely unconscious, but there was a big reason behind it. When you spend too much time apart from the people who mean the world to you, the urge to reconnect becomes unstoppable, and I don't regret responding to that urge. My real paradise took place when I wasn't filming, and those memories will stay with me to remind me that good times can happen again with those whom you appreciate. I'm Don Luis Zavala. Thank you for your time.